What's up, everybody? It's CJ, and I am once again fixing another one of my subscribers' bills today. So, the other day, one of my subscribers on Twitch and YouTube, her name is Blythe, she redeemed channel points. So, as some of y'all know, I do stream on Twitch, and I have this thing where you can redeem channel points for me to fix one of your sim builds. So Blythe redeemed points, and she wants me to fix this house. So this is the Beau Chateau. This is one of the pre-made houses in Riverview, which honestly, I feel like I've never seen this house before. Like, I've played in Riverview quite a bit, but I feel like I've just never seen this one before. But she wants me to renovate this house to fit a family of 4. So she has a couple of Sims, and they all have little descriptions and stuff, and it's so cool. So essentially, it's a mom and a dad. The dad is a retired musician who basically produces music, and then he also works out at home. And then we have the mom, who's kind of like a diva, and she kind of hosts a lot of events at home as well. So I had to go look this up because apparently I did not know what a parlor was. So I think we'll try to dedicate maybe this space of the house to kind of be like her domain. Blythe mentions a lot of like purpley imagery, so like aubergine, lilac. So I'm thinking to maybe make this space kind of like purpley if I can. I don't know. Maybe the house could be purple. I don't really know. They also have an adult son. The son is a PhD candidate for astrology. He is kind of like home sometimes at university the other half of the time, and his part of the house is up here at the very top. He also has an at-home laboratory, so I'm gonna try my best to give him like a nice little science lab, and then this is like where he'll sleep, so I'm gonna try my best to kind of like make this look nice. Blythe did mention that she kind of wants this to be like a soft red color, so I'm gonna try my best to kind of like fall in line with her wishes. And then we also have the grandma, and the grandma basically stays right here. So this is the parents' bedroom, and this is the grandma's bedroom. So grandma lives here. So she used to be a chef, but now she's retired, and she's a soul food blogger, which I think is so cool. And then Blythe mentions that she wants to garden, or she wants to like be able to walk out to a garden space. So we're gonna see if I can try to turn this little balcony into like a little garden space. It'll probably be like half garden, half balcony, if that makes sense. So Blythe messaged me that she was trying her best to like build something onto the house, and she asked me not to judge her, and I'm not judging. Okay, you did a good job, but I think it could be a little bit better. So this is where she has the recording studio, and then she has the gym below, and this is where the dad is going to be a lot of the time. So it's nice, you know, but I think we can make it a lot better. So I'm going to try my best to work on this as well. If anything, I'm sorry, Blythe, I'm going to just bulldoze it right now, okay? We're going to get rid of everything, and I'm just going to rebuild it, okay? It needs to be a gym / recording studio. That's fine. It can be done. It's possible. I think I just need to like start from scratch. So we're going to just get rid of all the stuff right here. So this house is more on the historical side, and I don't really want to change a lot of it. Blythe did mention that she kind of wants me to, I guess, keep some of the original integrity of the house, so it can kind of have like some remnants of the past. So I don't really think I'm going to do a lot of exterior work this time around. If I do change something, it'll probably be like the railing and stuff like that. Maybe change the color of the windows and the wallpaper. But I don't think I'm going to really change the shape of the house too much today. I think we'll use what we have and we'll make it better. Also, the door is gone. I gotta get a door because I don't know what happened to it. Also, Blythe kind of gave me free range to do whatever I want, so I'm gonna try my best to make this look really, really good. So I think the first thing I want to do is maybe change the color of the brick. I do like the orange, but I feel like it stands out a little bit too much. It's kind of giving like Not So Berry vibes low-key. So what I think I'm gonna do first of all is we're just gonna play around with the color wheel, and I'm gonna try to make this a little bit more, I don't know, brick color, I guess, or a lot more brown. In my brain, I'm thinking of like a historical brown house. Yeah, I'm thinking of a color kind of like this, where it's just a little bit darker, you know, more, I guess, stereotypical older house vibe, if that makes sense. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and I did some things off camera. So for one, I did change the wallpaper. I wanted something a little bit darker, but it has some nice white accents on the outside. I went ahead and I redid a lot of the landscaping as well. I kept the same plants, but I added a couple new ones. I also kind of like fenced in this little area over here. I'm not really sure what you would call this, maybe like a menagerie or just like a little sitting area outside. I gave you a couple of park benches out here. I did also find a door, so I'm using this store content door right here for the front door. I also went over here and changed it as well. I'm gonna probably swap this one out for this one. I also went back and redid the railing over here. I don't know why, I just like this one a little bit more. This is the one from Roaring Heights, by the way. I also repaved the entire house, and back out here I kind of just added like a hot tub, some chairs, some loungers, just so you can have like a nice little outside sitting area, you know. I did recolor the pool tile and everything like that as well. I didn't haven't touched the garage yet because I don't really know what I want to do for it just yet. I was thinking originally to have this be half recording studio, half garage, but I think we'll just turn this into a garage. I think I'll just build a studio back out here somewhere. I also really quick want to go into Bydebug for a second because I do want to get a couple of Bydebug lights. I know the house has these, but these are like the circular ones and I don't really use these all too often. I just like the square ones because they're not as big. I guess we'll just start in the garage for a second just so we can kind of get this out the way. So I think first things first, we should get a couple of windows for the garage. And I'm thinking to just use some of these that are already in the house. These are like, oh, you know what? We could probably change the floor in here too. Actually, maybe I could just recolor it so it can kind of match some asphalt. We'll kind of go for something a little bit darker like this. I do want to change this door out, by the way. I guess it'll have to be like a one tile door, but I was thinking of maybe one with like a screen so you can at least see out of it, you know? I'm going to go into the Fast Lane stuff pack now because we're going to use a lot of stuff from that pack. Primarily just like a lot of clutter type of objects. So we'll get like some of these cabinets. We'll get some of these like little workbenches right here as well. I want to go in and maybe get like a tool rack. Blythe, I don't really know if you have cars for your Sims, so I don't know if I should put like some placeholder cars in here or not. Maybe I'll just leave it empty and you can place your own cars down. I would like to get like some little traffic cones just in case we might need them. We can get like some buckets and stuff like that as well. And I guess to finish off the garage, I'll make sure to get some lights in here. I guess we could just use these. These are just like the ones from Ambitions. I think I'll leave the garage alone because I want to make sure that I don't put too much in here so like your cars and Sims can still get around the space. So I'm not going to add too much more. I think I'm going to leave this alone for now. I guess we can go inside real quick and kind of tackle the house for a second because I still need to like build a recording studio and stuff. But let's just tackle the house and then we'll kind of like go around, you know? I think the first place we can start is maybe the parlor. So the mom Elsa is a movie composer. So I'm thinking like we can have like some movie posters. Maybe we can also have like some music in here. A parlor usually is just like for, I guess, like entertaining guests. So we'll kind of make it like musical themed, but it also needs to be purple. So I'm going to try to figure that out. So really quick, I'm just going to mess with the wall a little bit just to make this room a little bit bigger. So whatever we do for the room, I'm going to try to think of purple. Purple is like my main inspiration right now. So I think we can have like a purpley tile for the floor. Do you think it's too extra if we have like smaller chandeliers around a big chandelier? Like, is that too much? It feels like it's too extra, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe what I could do is just use like some sconces to kind of like help the walls be a little bit more illuminated, because I don't know how I feel about that. When it comes to the sconces though, I'm thinking of something that's kind of like nice, grandiose, really fancy. Ooh, honestly, like these. These are like store content ones, and I don't think I've ever really used these before. So in addition to all of that, I want to see if I could try to get a couple of movie posters. I believe the Pets pack has some movie posters, but I don't know if any of these really give off like an old classic vibe, really. Like, I guess they don't have to be old movie posters, right? They could just be nice ones. So maybe I could have like one over here with like the cat and the dog. Oh, we also have this one. And this one is from Roaring Heights. Does it come in any different swatches? It does. See, this is kind of what I want, y'all. It's kind of what I wanted. Okay. We'll use the one with the car, and then maybe beside it, we can use this one with the lady on it. Okay, you know what? We might have to get rid of this one, I fear, because this one just has like better swatches. They're all kind of more like classic. So this is still a parlor, so I need to make sure I have a bar and maybe like a stereo, maybe like some places to sit. So I guess we'll just pick the bar next so I don't forget about it. Honestly, this one is kind of fancy looking. We could use one of these. No, we have got to use this one, y'all. This one has like that little design on it. This one is the one we're going to use because this one looks fancy. And I'm just going to have this go like kind of back here. I want to make sure I can get a door for the bathroom because I remember that I got rid of the door that was here. But I guess we could just use this door right here since it's kind of fancy looking. Y'all, we can use this overhead cabinet. And I guess like underneath it, I want to still have like a fancy sculpture of some sort because I feel like the mom would definitely have something like that. Anything that's like fancy and grandiose, she would definitely have. So I may use like one of these, or I want to see if I have any other ones. There's this one. I don't know what chair to use. Maybe the ones from like the storybook set, because I'm thinking of something like fancy. And I never really build old fancy Sims houses anyway. Oh, we could use these. I don't know if these are too much, y'all. Maybe this could be like for the living room or something. We'll just put this here for now. I think that's a little bit too fancy for like the parlor, you know? There's also this couch too. This is from Supernatural. This could fit the vibe. There's also a, wait, we have the purple one. Ooh, wait, y'all. I did say storybook, but like this is purple and it's fancy and it's not big. This is like the one from the storybook set. Maybe this could fit in here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll come back to that. I do quite like this little purple love seat, and I don't know if it comes with a matching chair. I guess it technically doesn't need to because I could just use one of these and recolor it. So maybe we'll do something like that. We could get a nice rug in the middle just to kind of fill in some space. And I don't know if we really need like a coffee table, but we can get like a little circular end table to kind of put around it. If anything, no, I may just like place it over here. And I think just to finish off the room a little bit, I'm just gonna squeeze in another plant somewhere. But I think on that note, that's pretty much it for this room. As you can see, there's a lot of purple accents. We have a little sitting area, we have a dresser, there's a bar, music player, fancy statue in the corner. So I think this room can be done for now. I think we should probably move on to the bathroom, seeing as how it was kind of in the corner. So I think the bathroom can kind of have like a similar color scheme, seeing as how like it's connected to this space. I guess for like the bathroom back here, we could just use the same wallpaper. Do you think I should use the same floor? Maybe I should use a different one, like a different tile or something. So the bathroom is going to be a little bit interesting right off the bat because we have like a really odd shape. So here's what I'm thinking. We get rid of this sink and we get rid of the mirror. And then maybe we could try to squeeze in a shower tub combo, or at least a shower or a tub or something like over here in the corner. Because like that way that should technically work, right? I'm thinking maybe just like a tub. I don't really think we need anything like big. We could just get like a classic tub in here. I guess we'll use like maybe this toilet right here since it's kind of fancy looking. And then when it comes to the sink, do you think I should just use a different one? Maybe one like this because it's kind of fancier, you know, than the other one. I'll get a circular rug in here just to fill in some more space. And I kind of want to get rid of these like candles right here. I don't really like those. And the windows, do you think I could like get rid of these? I don't know if I should or not, because if I did get rid of them, I would just use this one, but I don't know if this is like better or worse, seeing as how like it's bigger. Or honestly, we could just use these windows, seeing as how like the rest of the house uses them. We could just use this one so it can all look the same from the outside. We can replace those other candles with maybe some of these. These are store content ones, but I really like it, so I think I'm going to use some of those in here too. And I would love to maybe get like a plant or something just to kind of go in the corner. Maybe we can get like just a little floor plant like this, just something kind of nice, you know? And I would love to get some plants to kind of put on the floor just to kind of like help fill in some space, you know? All right, y'all. So I think on that note, that's everything for the bathroom as well. I did go back and recolor some of the plumbing to be kind of purple. I think I might have went a little bit overboard with the purple, but like, I think it looks pretty nice in here. Very nice, very regal, very fancy. I guess we should maybe just move on to the living room really quick, seeing as how it's not that big, and then we'll kind of go back this way. So for the living room, I don't really mind the color of the floor. I might just make it a little bit darker. A lot of y'all know I really like my heart dark wood floor, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker. And then when it comes to the wallpaper, I don't know if we should go for like purple for like the entire house. So maybe for the living room, we can kind of just go for, I don't know, what's a color that kind of complements purple? I guess we could maybe go for like a bluish color for the living room. I don't know if that's going to look good with the purple, but I do like this blue color, so maybe we'll kind of go for that. I'm also kind of inspired by this couch, so I think that might be part of it. There are some things I'm going to get rid of. For example, I'm going to get rid of that bookshelf. We're going to get rid of this plant. I want to get rid of this desk over here as well, and maybe this couch. Honestly, I kind of want to get rid of these too, or I guess I'll just move these over for a second. We'll get rid of this table. We'll keep the rug, but I am going to recolor it. I kind of want to use this fancy couch that I've never really used before. I don't know if there's like a matching chair that goes alongside this couch or not. I went to go look it up on the Sims 3 store, and apparently the matching chair is this, but these are like dining chairs and not living room chairs. So what I am going to do is I'll just swap out these. I think I might get a different chess table altogether because I don't really want to use this one. We'll use a different one. We'll use like the nice fancy one, which is this one. I do quite like this fireplace, but I have to get rid of it because I want to be able to put a TV above it. I think I'll just get a smaller one like this. This way I could try to put a TV above it, you know? So I guess we could use this TV here because like that kind of fits the vibe, right? It's kind of fancy looking. We'll get rid of these sconces because I don't want to use those. I'm just going to use the ones that I've been using. I also want to maybe try to move these over a little bit more. Ooh, you think I could use some of these big fancy plants around here just to fill in some space, you know? They'll add some pops of color. And then I guess I'll go back and try to get a bookshelf. I would love a bookshelf that kind of looks older, maybe like this one, honestly. Okay, y'all, I think this room can also be done. So I went ahead and I added in an art easel. We have our chess table over here. We have a bookshelf, some nice fancy plates on the wall. In all, I really like the vibe of this room. It's very regal. So far, I'm really having a lot of fun, but I never really build or furnish nice, grandiose kind of houses. So it's kind of cool to use a lot of things I never really used before, you know? All right, so I guess now we can move back over here to the dining room. So the mom is gonna host a lot of fancy parties over here. So we're gonna try to make this look really nice, y'all. So the first thing I'm gonna do is maybe use some more of this wallpaper. I guess I could try to switch up the pattern in here. Maybe we can go for something a little bit lighter, you know? I still want it to be kind of purpley, but it could be like kind of different. Maybe like a nice fancy regal wallpaper, maybe like something like this. Now I was kind of thinking to switch out this fireplace. We could maybe like swap that out for the one that's in the living room. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the dining table, and oh, it looks like this room has like a makeshift rug kind of thing. We're gonna get rid of that too. We're not gonna use that. I want to turn off move objects for a second because I want to make sure I can get enough space for a table. I want something kind of fancy, like one of these big long tables could kind of work. Ooh, maybe this one from late night could work. You think I could use these chairs and maybe I can make them purple? Ooh, this swatch matches really nicely with the wallpaper. Guess I could try to add a china cabinet in here. Or like a hutch, maybe? We have this one that looks kind of older. There's this one. Ooh, maybe this one. This is like the one from Supernatural. That could fit perfectly in here, and it does kind of look old, you know? I'll use this rug from the Into the Future pack. I want to get a couple of these lights too, just to kind of place in here. Do you think I could try to squeeze in a mirror to go behind it? Like maybe like one of these nice fancy ones? I'm gonna just use the tool mod to make it go up a little bit on the wall. And then I guess to like finish off the space, we could just get a plant to go in the corner. Okay, y'all, so I think that's like everything I want to do for the dining room. I think it looks really cool. But why don't we go ahead and move on to the kitchen? Okay, so when it comes to the kitchen, I don't really hate it that much. We could definitely go for some tile. I don't know. I kind of want to give it like an older looking tile, kind of. I was thinking that we could do maybe something kind of blue because like, you know, we have like purple and blue downstairs. So that way it won't look too out of place. Okay, I do think that we should split the kitchen up though. So we'll have half of it be like hardwood floor and maybe like the other half can be just tile, you know, because like the layout is kind of all over the place and it's kind of throwing me off. I guess we'll have like all the appliances be over here on this side and we can have like the table and stuff be over here, you know? I think what I'll do is I'll just have like some island counters here. Ooh, I wonder if we could do like a wraparound island counter. I want to get rid of those bar stools because I want to use some of these. We could probably put this hutch in here too just to kind of have another one. And to finish off the room, I'm just gonna add a plant in the corner and I do have the trash can as well. You think I should give the family like a dishwasher? They could maybe use one, so I'll just like put one over here for them to use. But maybe the kitchen can be done also, you know? It's not my favorite color scheme, but I think it's weird in a good way. Like, I kind of like it. So I think I'm going to leave the kitchen alone for right now. With that being said, that's everything for the entire first floor. So now we'll move on to the upstairs. So, okay. So for the upstairs section, this is going to be like the parents' bedroom. This is going to be like the grandma's bedroom. And then we'll have like a bathroom and, you know, reading area and stuff. So I think what I'll do for up here is we'll get rid of these bookshelves. I'm going to probably also bring some more of this blue wallpaper just to kind of have like some different colors and stuff. I'm going to use this over here in the middle, and then we'll probably use some of the same floor. I think I'm just going to use these same bookshelves as downstairs, and we'll just put those here. Same thing with the chairs and stuff. We'll just get rid of those and the rug and the lamp, and we're just going to use some same stuff from downstairs. All right, y'all. So far, I've just been kind of adding some filler furniture in. So, you know, bookshelves, chairs, rugs, just like a lot of nice furniture just to kind of have something here, you know? We could also just add like a little room divider here too, just to have something in the hallway. Now, the hallway will lead into the different wings of the house. So we have grandma's room. Grandma has an ensuite. We have the parents' room. They have an ensuite. So maybe we could kind of head on to grandma's room. I think I want to change these doors out. These are the ones from Town Life stuff. I think I'm going to swap both of these out because I want to use the ones from the Master Suite stuff pack. The one from Master Suite just kind of has like an older vibe to it. I also swapped out the original art easel for this one, and I'm just going to put like a little end table with a bowl of fruit on it, just in case someone wants to come over here and paint. I'm going to also place down a little chair over here too, just to have something in a corner. Okay, I'm going to also get some curtains up in here too, and I guess on that note, that could be everything for this little section of the hallway. There's just not that much going on here, you know? So I guess we'll move on to grandma's room. So grandma is a retired chef, but she's now a soul food blogger. So when it comes to the grandma's room, I'm thinking we can kind of go for like a nice fancy wallpaper like this. I don't really know what the grandma's favorite color is, so I'm just gonna improvise and just kind of go with what's kind of already here. So I'm thinking we could kind of have like some orange accents, maybe some blue and orange, something like that. Ooh, maybe like this nice canopy bed. This one is the one from the Master Suite stuff pack. Or we could always use this one too. You know what? We'll use this one from Supernatural, but we can also use some stuff from Master Suite, I guess. All right, so when it comes to the end table, I want to go and see if I could try to find something from the Master Suite stuff pack. Maybe we can kind of like mix and match. I'll try to get the dresser that comes with that pack. We'll put that in here. Ooh, there's also like these fancy chairs. Maybe I'll get a couple of those. There is a fireplace. I don't know if grandma should have a fireplace in her room. We could put one though, just because. Okay, I would love to get some artwork on the wall, so I'm trying to see if I can find something that kind of fits the vibe. Maybe we can have like one of these older pictures like that hanging up. We could probably have one with like puppies or something over here. Maybe I could get one with some flowers and hang it up over here on this side. I do want to put a computer desk in here because she needs space to blog, you know? So I'll give her like a nice desk with a nice comfy chair. I'll make sure to give her like a little calendar. We'll give her like a little lamp to go on top of it. Okay, so for the bathroom, I want to make sure I can get like a nice tile. We could go for like, I guess, a similar color scheme as the room. I kind of went with like an orangey, peachy, green, blue kind of color scheme. I'm going to also change up the color of the tub in here too. I want it to still be white, but just kind of have like some gold accents. Okay, and then we could just get a rug in here just to go in the middle. I'm gonna get rid of the sconce because I want to use this one just so it can kind of match up with the rest. But I think we can kind of be done with the bathroom. There's not really too much more I want to do for the bathroom, so I think we could be done. Why don't we move on to the balcony, because we need to kind of tackle this next. So like I was saying earlier, I kind of want half of this to be like a garden space, and then the other half can be like just a sitting area, you know? So I'm gonna get rid of these chairs, and I want to give her like a really nice fancy park bench, you know? So I'll give her like maybe 2 of these just in case she has like company and wants to like sit outside. But I feel like maybe the other side can kind of just be like a garden space, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna use some of this floor tile. It looks like grass, or I guess like a carpet, but I'm just gonna use this and we're gonna just pretend like it's grass, you know? Like she just has like a little plot out here with some grass. I think to also kind of help with that, we're gonna go over and use a low-lying fence just like this. This will kind of make it look like a planter box. We're just going to go in and make it brown. And then now I just want to go in and get some planter boxes. I was going to put like some by debug plant stocks out here, but I don't know if I want to do all that. So I'm just going to use some planter boxes. And then that way, if you want to, Blythe, you can just go in and just add plants in here. And it'll still technically be like a garden space, you know? I'm going to squeeze a little end table over here in the corner. And I want to get a candle for a light. And I believe that the outdoor living stuff pack has this candle. Yeah, this right here. I want to just use this so this can kind of be like an outdoor light. So at nighttime, it's a little bit illuminated out here, you know? And then maybe I can try to get like a hanging light out here just so we can see a little bit more. So with that being said, we'll now move on to the parents' room. I think I'm going to get rid of this really big candle first and foremost. Okay, so Blythe was telling me that the dad's favorite color is white, but the mom likes purple. So she was like, maybe we can have like a purple accent wall. I went ahead and I kind of just like played around with the color wheel a little bit. So now that we have our accent wall, I'm just going to go in and we're just going to like maybe have like a purple accent, maybe on this wall right here. And then I guess like everything else in the room can kind of be white, or we'll have like some purple accents. Ooh, maybe we could have like some purple accents over here. So Blythe did kind of go in and just like edit the room a little bit. I think I'm going to use some of her original ideas, but we're going to like switch it up a little bit. So we can still use the bed and the end tables. I'm just going to make them a little bit more centered. We can still use this armoire. And we can still use like the door and stuff. I'll use this same mirror, but we'll just like have it over here in the corner. Maybe I can get rid of this dresser. Maybe we can use this armoire instead. I'm going to use a combination of drapes. So we're going to have these really big ones and a couple of these really small ones. Okay, I'm going in now just adding some lighter colors for the woods and stuff. I'm going to also change up the color of this mirror also. You can try to give it like a slight brown color. Then I guess I'll try to like edit the chair a little bit just to kind of have like some more purple. Maybe it should be white. Maybe we should have like one white couch and then like the rest of the chairs could be like purple. I want to add in some of these flowers in here too, just to kind of bring in some more pops of color. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and I did the bathroom off camera because I wanted to kind of make the bathroom upstairs match the one downstairs. So as you can see, I kind of kept Blythe's angled tub. I also kept the clutter and stuff like that, but I did kind of change it up a little bit. I swapped out the original shower for a different one. We have the same toilet as the one downstairs. But other than that, though, I didn't really change too much, you know? With that being said, y'all, that's everything for the second story. So now all we have to do is tackle the upstairs, and then we have to build the little like studio in the backyard. Why don't we just start with the upstairs first? All right, I'm just gonna go in and just use some of this wallpaper. This will just kind of be like a placeholder until I can figure out what I want to do. As you can see, this upstairs space is kind of interesting. There's a whole lot going on upstairs. I think what I want to do first is we're gonna probably just tear down this wall just to kind of open it up a little bit. And honestly, we're gonna just maybe tear down this wall as well. That way, when you go upstairs, the sim could just kind of go down the hallway and just go to the bathroom. If anything, I could make the bathroom a little bit bigger by just extending the wall a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and go down, and we're gonna use some more of the same floor. So maybe I could kind of go for like a red or like a burgundy-ish kind of color scheme. We can use the same rug. I'm just gonna probably swap out all of the other stuff in here. So when it comes to his bed, I think we could just use this one. This is just like the one from the base game. And then I'll try to give him like a dresser or something here. I kind of want to like add something here to kind of like close up this space a little bit. So we could maybe put the dresser like, oh, that's not gonna work. I guess we could just have the dresser be here. We'll use like the matching one. I'll give him the matching end tables from the base game. Maybe we can kind of give him like a nice bookshelf or something. I'm trying to think of things that like a student would need. Oh, what if I give him like a bookshelf like this? This one has like boxes and stuff on it. I can imagine him having like a lot of stuff from university. I want to go over the showtime really quick because there is like this little robot thing. I could imagine him having like a little robot in here. I'll give him a little plant, and then maybe we could have like some cool lights in here too. Oh, I want to use this bulletin board because it has like astronaut stuff up there, you know? Oh, I could also like put books and stuff down too. Because, you know, he's a student, so I feel like he'll probably have books everywhere. All right, y'all, I just added a little rocket ship in here just to kind of have something. But I think his bedroom part can kind of be done for now. Maybe I'll go over here for a second because he does have this little science machine. I want to put one of these little science rugs down. And I wonder if I could, like, squeeze in some more nerdy things just to kind of have some around. Maybe I could put like a little robot standee in here. You think I could try to squeeze in a bulletin board? I doubt we'll have enough space for it. Ugh, unfortunately. It's not gonna fit. Maybe I could just try to squeeze one in the hallway. I could see him having one. With these little saucer lights, I could definitely use those. Maybe I could have these in the hallway also. Okay, y'all, so I think to kind of just finish off this little room, because there's not much I can really do in here, I just want to get a chair. Honestly, just one like this would be okay. And I think we'll just call it, because this space is so small, and I don't really want to mess with anything because I want him to be able to still use the science object, you know? So I think I'm just gonna leave this space alone for now. Oh, you know, hold on. I might just get rid of that light and we're gonna use one of these. Why don't we just tackle his bathroom, seeing as how it's right here? And then for the bathroom, we'll just use some of the same tile from his grandma's bathroom. And then for the wallpaper, I guess we could just kind of go for like the same tile, but we'll just like recolor it some. Y'all, do you think I should use like the futuristic tub? Because like I never use this for anything, and maybe this would be like the perfect time for it. Same thing with the toilet. Like I never use those. Or do you think I should use like that super fancy toilet? This one right here. Maybe I'll use that just because. I think I'm gonna move these mirrors over here. Oh, you know what? I can't really take this window away because that's like the main window. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, we'll get rid of these countertops. I don't want to use those. I guess we'll just use, oh, or do you think I could use like these futuristic ones, y'all? That'd be kind of interesting, right? And then as for the sink, maybe we'll just use this one. I really wanted to use these towels, so maybe I can like try to squeeze them by the toilet, you know? But I guess on that note, that's everything for the bathroom. I guess now we'll go ahead and move over here to this part. So I want to go and I want to use this wallpaper from the bedroom downstairs. I think I'm just gonna recolor the white part to be red or maybe like a brown or something, just so it can kind of look different up here, you know? For this section, we have a lot of bookshelves up here. I think I'm going to get rid of these, and I'm going to use the ones from the university pack. Those have these boxes on them, and these kind of just give off like workshop vibes to me. So I'm going to get a couple of these and just kind of place them down. We'll keep the same equipment, you know? Maybe I can get rid of one of the computer desk. All right, I'm gonna swap out the old computer desk because I want something that looks a little bit more futuristic. I'm gonna use the desk from the high-end loft stuff. We can have this futuristic computer, and then we'll get a really nice chair to go with it, maybe like this one. And I wanna go over to university for a second because I wanna use some of these posters, these charts and graphs and stuff. So I wanna get a couple of those and kind of put them up in here. Yo, I really wanna use this ray gun in here somewhere. I'm just gonna put that off to the side. I'll bring the skeleton back and just put that right back this way. I hope that the Sims can still use both of these, but I really want to put this ray gun in here just to kind of have something kind of cool, you know? And I guess to kind of just finish off this little space, I'll just add a runner. With that being said, I am completely done with the upstairs. So now all we have to do is just build a little section back here. This needs to be the gym slash recording studio. All right, I think I'm gonna start building it back this way, and then maybe I'll just have like a little bump out for it so it can have a little bit of dimension. I'll probably do like an upstairs for it as well. Okay, we're gonna just go for a simple roof, kind of like this. And then I want to use the same door as the rest of the house, just so everything can kind of match a little bit more. And then I want to use some of the same wallpaper as well. All right, y'all, so this is what I have so far for the recording studio slash gym. I think what we'll do is we'll have the recording studio stuff be upstairs, and then down here, we'll have the gym section. So we'll go ahead and get our workout equipment. We'll get some treadmills from the high-end loft stuff. We can also try to get a couple of weight machines too. These are from the outdoor living stuff, so I want to get a couple of those and maybe like just put them here. I want to go in and make sure I get some of these exercising posters up. Okay, and I guess on that note, that's pretty much everything I want to do for down here. I don't really want to add too much, you know, but I think we have a good amount of workout equipment. We have treadmills, weight machines, we have a TV down here as well, so I think that's pretty good for right now. Okay, so last but not least, we'll go ahead and tackle the recording studio. So I want to maybe have carpet in here. So I'm gonna just go over to the carpet section, and we're just going to get a nice carpet in here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the walls for a second, and I want to add a couple of windows right here. I'm going to use these from Into the Future because they look super seamless, right? And then I'm going to have a door that goes right here. I guess I could just add a couple of chairs out here. Then I guess I can add like a little rug or something down here too. I guess this could be like a waiting room, like a little lobby section. I'll be sure to get like a little plant or something just to kind of put in the corner. And then we can get some posters or like pictures of musicians, you know? Maybe this is like talent that he's worked with before, you know? I went into Bug because we have these golden records and I definitely want to use one of those in here. Maybe honestly two. We'll have like a couple in here, you know? All right, and then I guess we can kind of move on to this room. So I want to use some of the same wallpaper, but I think we'll have like maybe wood paneling or something over here for this one. All right, I'm trying to get all the instruments that I think we'll need. So we have drums, we have bass. I'll use a really nice guitar in here. And then I think we just need like the keyboard. Oh, you know what I just thought about too, y'all? We need a little computer desk out here. Maybe we can just use this one. And we'll have like a computer, and then we'll have like a chair. I guess like the dad can kind of be out here while everyone is performing in here. So on that note, y'all, that's everything for the entire build. I am done. It took me a long time to do this, but I love how it turned out, y'all. This is just amazing, like honestly. We'll go over it really quick before we finish. So when we go downstairs, as you can see, we have our blue-ish kind of living room area down here. I gave you a chess table, a TV, an art easel. There's a bookshelf down here as well. Going over this way, we have our parlor, you know, so the mom is in here just kind of hosting fancy events and stuff. We have our dining room right beside it. There's also a little bathroom back here in the back. And if we go over this way, we have our kitchen, which is a little bit different, I will say. But I really like the kitchen. It's kind of quirky, you know? When we go ahead and go upstairs, we have like a little like hallway section. So I kind of just make this a little bit generic. Over here, we have our parents' room. We also have their ensuite bathroom as well. Very purple. So over here, we have the grandma's room with her ensuite bathroom. She also has a balcony and she has like a little gardening space out this way. If we go upstairs, we have the son's wing of the house. So he has his little bedroom section here. He has like a lot of science equipment over here as well. He has his own little like private science lab. He has like some more equipment back this way. I really like the way his bathroom looks as well. When we go outside, we have the dad's recording studio slash gym. So upstairs, we kind of have like a little lobby section slash production area. We have the room over here where people can play instruments. And then down below, we have our gym. And then if we go around, there's a hot tub, some lounge spaces out here. We have a nice pool. If we go over here, we have a nice garage with 2 parking spaces. And I also added another one here. So there's technically 3 in all, but you can always add more if you want to. But on that note, that's everything for the entire build. Blythe, I hope you like it. Please let me know down below, everyone, what you think about this house, because I think I did a pretty good job. So if you want to download this, I am going to leave it linked down below. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more of The Sims, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!